I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. Ew, we do not want to be on camera. Well, we like the camera. We just don't. Like, who we talking to? Yes. All right. Say I'm Mayce. And I'm Muffin. And Mayce has a birthday on Friday. You gonna turn 1? Say 1. 1. So one of the gifts that I wanted to give Mayce was just I don't know, this video. I can't explain to you what I'm about to talk about because I don't know. And I ramble. So I want to apologize now before I start. It's a lot going on right now, and it took a lot of different conversations for me to get to this moment right now where I'm at. So I just wanted to share it. First and foremost, somebody had made the comment to me recently, and they was like, Muff, I'm not as religious and spiritual as you are. And when they made that comment to me, it's also around the exact same time that I've been having a conversation with my sister about it being a difference between being religious and being spiritual. Before I found a relationship with God, I was just winging it. It was just me, my own decisions, me thinking I was doing it on my own or just with the help of my family or a physical being here on earth. Back in 2012 is when my grandmother passed away, the day after Valentine's Day, and it was the craziest day. The day started out where I woke up, regular day, Valentine's Day. I went to work. I started to feel sick. When I started to feel sick, I got sent home from my job. But before I went home, I stopped by and I got some edible arrangements for my mom and for my husband. So I went and I stopped by at his job while he worked at a middle school, and I gave him this flour candy M&M's edible arrangement, and he was embarrassed. He was pissed off, and it warmed my heart because I love that. Those surprising, shocking moments is what keeps me and my husband's relationship the way that it is. So it made my day. I was sick and I just embarrassed him, but he was happy about it. So whatever. Went home. My mom said to me she needed to go to the hospital. My grandmother was sent to Christian Hospital. I'm trying to think about if it was a stroke or whatever while she was at her nursing home, but I can't think of it right now. But whatever. When we got there, she was pretty much... the doctors explained to us that it was nothing else that they were able to do for her. She pretty much was unconscious for the whole day. She didn't know who was talking to her, where she was at. She was unresponsive. She couldn't talk to anybody. She was unable to tell people who she was, where she was at. It was a lot going on. They made her comfortable. And as the doctor was saying all this to us, I held on to her hand and I was just crying and I was so sad because like my grandmother is my rock. So, she had said, Muff, let me go. Let me go, Muff. Let me go. And mind you, I said this woman was unresponsive all day, all day. So the fact that when I was there, like she said my name and she told me to let her go, that meant something to me. It meant something to me. I didn't know if she was telling me to let her go, let her hand go physically, or if she was saying like, it's okay. Sorry, it's time. Like, no more suffering here, and I'm going to be at peace. I'm going to be okay. Whatever. Me and my mom stayed at the hospital with my grandmother that night. I fell asleep on the couch. My grandmother, from what my mom said, my grandmother sat up, looked at her. I'm not sure if she said her name. Not sure what she did at that moment when she sat up and she looked at her. But my mom tapped me. As she was tapping me, my grandmother was laying back down, and I heard the last gasp of air that she took. The nurse walked in right as I woke up. It was so coincidental. Like, it was the fact that I can tell this story right now without crying. It means something because I've never been able to say it. If you know me, you know how emotional I am. So for me to be able to tell y'all this story right now and I can just say it calm, whatever, just keep going with me for a second. So, whatever, my grandmother passing away hurt me real bad, but I always had, like, in my heart that, like, there is a God, because the way that whole day happened, had I not got sick, what? Dog. Dog, why would you say that? Say excuse me. That's why I also needed him for these moments like this, because at times when I would cry and I shut down, he brings like these funny moments now, and then it just, whatever. I hope y'all rocking with us and y'all understanding what I'm just getting at. So I knew that there was a God. I've never understood the Bible. It's always been hard for me at churches, just my experiences. So whatever. That's why I'm an inconsistent person going to church. Okay, Bria, she'll say, hey, Muff, you want to go to church with me on Sunday? Well, yeah, I'm going to go with you on Easter. I don't know, like, that's just when I go. Everybody goes on Easter. And the message on Easter is always different to me compared to like some of the other messages throughout the year. Like I said, again, that's just my beliefs because of the places that I was going to. Excuse me. So whatever. I didn't really have a good history with church. Like I said, I felt in my heart after that day that there was a God. Now at this point, I'm on a journey so I can try to meet him. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know how I'm going to meet him, but I'm going to get there. Everybody trying to argue about who God is, if God is a woman, if God is a man. I don't know. And at one point, I was trying to focus on all of that stuff. And as I was focusing on what like everybody around me was saying, I couldn't get to know this person. So I had to like tune all that kind of stuff out. I just stopped listening to it. I started researching like how to pray. I've got all that stuff written down. I kind of actually wanted to have my journal with me as I had this conversation, but if I didn't have it right now, I was going to find another excuse not to record this video. So that's why you getting what you getting right now. Okay. I've been trying to write this book called When I Called on Tyrone. Tyrone is my grandfather. I love me some Erykah Badu. Love her. Love her. And you know the song, You Better Call on Tyrone. And that's what I was doing. Because if you know Tyrone Brinkley, there's not a person in the world who has said anything bad about this man. Everything that anybody says about him, it's all great and amazing things. The way that he talked about my grandmother, the way that he was like a family man, the way that he played baseball. Anybody in the state of Delaware who can tell me about my grandfather, it's all good things. All good things. And I don't really remember the story because I was 2. But when he passed away, I was there and I found him. So if this person was real, I know he was real. I know he's my grandfather, excuse me. I'm a Delaware girl with a country accent. I'm sick, so you might hear my accent. You might hear my sickness right now. I apologize if you don't understand how I speak. So whatever. Like, I just had all of this physical evidence about this amazing man, so let me use him. Like, if I can't believe in a God that I've never seen before, I can believe in this person because he was real and I know he was real. So whatever. I've been trying to write this story about this amazing man, but like, I just feel like my vocabulary is not where it should be to, like, I can't honor him in the best words. There's no words to explain him. So my book has like 3 pages filled for the last few years and I can't finish it. So I just stopped writing the book and I decided to go ahead and put this video out for my buddy for his birthday. Dang, we had 11 minutes and I ain't say much. Okay, excuse me. So, okay. Now at this point in my life, let's go back to about 2 years ago. I was at rock bottom. I was at a low point in my life. I was screaming, boys ain't, you know, like, the guys that I'm used to, the people that I know, the men around me, like where I come from, I couldn't stand men. Couldn't stand them. Like, arguing with my husband, arguing with my brother, fights with my stepfather, disagreements with my dad. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. I've never known how to, like, deal with men. I've never really had a good outlook on them. Excuse me. So I'm married to my husband, Michael Cooper, and he is the most amazing man in the world. But of course, we got married young. We had kids young, so we got our bullshit. Excuse me. No, please don't do that. I'm working on my cousin. Dang. I'm trying to go slow to be mindful of my words. Number one, I gotta try to watch what I say because I got this person here with me, and also because of the audience I don't know that I'm attracting right now. So I'm trying, okay? Bear with me. I love my husband so much, but like, we didn't know who we were when we had got married. So like, when he does some things, I would look at him like, why would you do this? But I never actually took the time to look at myself. Like, why do you do some of the stuff that you do? Okay? So, like I said, I was at this bad headspace on my own. I had this bad outlook on men. Couldn't stand them. Whatever. The job that I do is like early child care education, summer youth worker, mentoring, all that kind of stuff. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I need somebody to edit this video because that would be nice to have somebody like applauding as I'm saying all that. Like, let me just go ahead and keep running down the list. I'm a mother, I'm a wife. Kenzie, get out my video, you just woke up. Back up. Sorry, I'm gonna give you your phone back as soon as I'm done with it. I just need to record this video real quick. We was running down the list, Papa. Tell him who I am. Poppy? Tell him who I be. Like, I can see it now, like. Come on, make all the words like, oh, I need somebody to like edit this video so I ain't got to say who I am. Tell them for me. Whatever. I had all these different titles. Can you do me a favor and take him upstairs? Never mind, it's okay. I know you're still tired. You sit there, just go and relax. You want to finish the video with me? Yeah? Okay. All right, go ahead. Whatever. My new job around this time when I was having all these disagreements with men and stuff like that was a summer youth camp worker. For the first time, I was working with like middle school aged kids. Majority of the kids in there that I can relate to are the ones from like low income areas, experiencing trauma, like might have like ADHD or different things like that going on, whatever the mental health condition is, because it's so many. We get so caught up with just saying the ones that everybody talks about all the time, like ADHD and stuff like that, not knowing that there's so much more. Like people say, oh, this weather is so bipolar. Do you know that there's really a bipolar person right next to you? Watch what you say. Just be mindful. We'll talk about that. I worked at the place. A lot of my students I could relate to. I would go to administration. The help that they were able to give me just wasn't enough. And a lot of the jobs that I've been at, it never was enough. And I couldn't help these kids in the way that I saw that they needed the help, which was part of my reason as to why I ended up stepping back and leaving from that job. Yes, son, you see why I needed him? My son clapped for me because I quit. Period. Whatever, life happens. I found myself applying at another job. You want to clap for that too? At this job that I was at, I worked at a group home. The home that I got put into was a bunch of boys. They can range from like the ages of 8 all the way up to the ages of 18. They're in the foster care. They got a lot of stuff going on with them. They come from a lot of different traumatizing situations. Sorry, Papa. Here. These are your last ones. And then after this, I'll get you a cup of water or something. Yeah. Yeah. Here, you want it? So, the boys at the group home that I was at, let me tell you how God works in mysterious ways. These boys that I met, if they didn't have the attitude or the personality of a guy in my personal life, whether it be my husband, whether it be my father, a friend of mine, my friend's husband, anything, them kids, as their personalities was like them. They had the exact same birthdays as some people that I know and care for. The way that they just related to the people in my life, it was so crazy. It was so crazy. So the one reason as to why I mentioned that is because thank you, Papa. Wow, it's so easy for me to cut off a person in my life who might be hurting me or whatever the case may be, or somebody that like I might have hurt and they might not know how to deal with me, whatever, because we didn't learn that lesson and handle that situation appropriately. Ew, don't stare at my hands. Oh, edit this out. Wait. You gonna edit my video?
You said edit it out.
I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to whoever gonna watch this video and fix it for me. Oh my gosh, this is too much.
You started another one.
I should. But I just don't want all these videos on your phone. Where was I at, Kenzie? I'm confused. Which part was I at?
I'm hungry.
All right. Give me about 7 more minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap all this up and I'm going to finish it. The kids that were in my life, they, like I said, they all related to the people in my personal life. When you don't handle a situation appropriately and you do not learn that lesson, believe me, you're going to get that test again until you handle it the appropriate way that you were supposed to. So whether it's going to be that same person coming back into your life or whether it's going to be the next person coming into your life, it's still going to hit the fan. It's still coming. Still coming. So I had to go ahead and make amends with myself. I had to go ahead and make amends with the people in my life so that I can go ahead and be able to better serve these children. Whatever. But remember, at this time, I'm still screaming like, it ain't no hope. Like, how I'm supposed to help these kids when, like, the men in my life, who was helping them? So if they didn't have anybody to like mentor them and help them, or excuse me, I'm still worried about them. Let me focus on me. If I didn't have anybody to help me know who the heck I was so that I could understand them, it was no way that I was going to be able to help these kids. So yet again, this was another place that I ended up leaving from. Also, when I left this place, it was around my maternity leave because I was having a son. We got to fly. So all this stuff is happening in my life. All these men, all this stuff is going on. I got a son on the way. And the last thing I'm going to let is for all this stuff, all this history repeating itself and all these lessons going unlearned. The last thing I'm about to let happen is this one. This one has any of that stuff to deal with. So I had to get myself together. I'm sorry, Papa. Yes. What's up?
That's what I've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
It's on!
It's on now?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, go ahead and go watch it. Elena's so excited, ain't she? Her show is coming on. So, where was we at this point? Papa was born January 24th, 2019. Yay! Give it up, Papa. Go, Papa. Go, Papa. We're gonna do another video talking about Papa. Because some way, somehow, this one ended up, I don't know. It wasn't even about him no more. I gotta go back and watch this and figure out how. No, we don't. Let's go ahead. So, I told y'all about my grandfather. I told y'all about, like, my physical life and how I have this thought of men not being worth anything, especially black men in my life. Like, they wasn't worth a damn to me. And that was wrong. That was wrong. Black men are important. Black men are needed. Black men are necessary. And I can't have this outlook that niggas ain't shit. I was trying not to say it, but and then expect for my relationship with my husband to go well, my relationship with my fathers to go well for me to bring up this amazing king. So I had to go ahead and get myself together. I used my grandfather and all the amazing things that I knew about him. And I pretty much kind of just applied it to every guy in my life. Whether they show me that same love and affection that my grandfather showed to all these people or not, I just kind of used that as my image. Not realizing that as I was using my grandfather, that's what people go to God for. They rely on God to help them with amen, amen, amen. That's my boy. These people rely on God, the universe, like this higher power, whatever it is up there, whoever it is out there, like they rely on this person and these stories that are written down to help guide them through their life. And that's when I became this spiritual person. It took us 26 minutes to get that out. So, all right. Wow. Now it's time to brag about this amazing guy. It's time to brag about him. It took for my grandfather, who I don't know, I guess you could say, to be one of the helpers to help me get close to God, to help this young man be as amazing as my grandfather, which is also similar to what people say as being like Jesus, just being good, just being amazing. This strong black man of mine right here, this strong black son of mine, he gets angry, he gets upset, his feelings get hurt. As you can see, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Come on. What kind of things do people say about a big boy like this? Like, he better get ready for football? Like, dang, why is he so big like that? He's only turning 1. Come on. We know. But, like, you got to understand how some of the things that you might be saying can either make or break a child. So, like, when you talked about my son's size, or when you say anything about my son, like, how are you saying it? Are you saying it in a hateful way? Or are you saying it as an uplifting way that him is so big, him is so strong, him can do anything, him is amazing. Yeah, you're the best. Like I said, when he gets upset, he's so strong. My son can shake tables. And I gotta help him challenge that anger into like other ways, or I gotta help him be able to express himself in appropriate ways so that somebody doesn't get offended by his behavior. Y'all see where I'm going with all this? And so all of the stuff that like the media shows of these black boys, I just want to change it. Papa, you sitting here for 30 minutes was amazing. It was amazing. So we're going to go ahead and stop this video. We're going to get Kenzie something to eat. We're going to help you out, and we're going to be back.